Look at that down there, wild king cobra. This snake right here has venom potent enough to take down a full-grown elephant. Spitting cobra, right down there. Tangled up in some netting. Gotta be very careful that this snake doesn't spit venom. We have found so many snakes today. It's actually insane. Lots of venomous species as well. For the next 24 hours, we're gonna be living with king cobras and the deadly snakes of Indonesia. This is gonna be a crazy adventure. I'm gonna attempt to kiss it on the back of the head right now in the middle of Indonesia. So this, just in here, is a bunch of baby king cobras. Take a look at this. Now they are just as potent as the big ones that we've been finding, but to see all these little guys just in this bamboo tree where these big king cobras will be building their nests are absolutely amazing. So it's been years since I've been onto this land in Western Bali, and this is going to be my final adventure of the year, and it's shaping up to be a pretty crazy one because the animal that we're looking for and the animal that is in my hands right now is none other than the king. And although they're juveniles, they carry the same venom as the big ones and have fangs long enough to penetrate my skin. The king cobra, the largest species of venomous snake in the world, reaching lengths of over 5 meters long with a bite potent enough to take down a full-grown elephant. This is not a species you want to mess with by any means, because out here, if you're bitten, good luck surviving. But we're going to attempt to track a few wild ones down, bigger than these guys, in the next 24 hours. Later tonight, we're also going to be going on a night walk through the forest here in Indonesia, looking for more venomous snakes, because there's so many out here. Lots of nocturnal species that come out after dark. These little guys are so cool to start the video off with. You can see them both in hoods right there, but we're gonna get them back out into the bamboo because, mate, they've got a long life ahead of them. But how cool is that? Straight away, baby king cobras here in Indonesia. So we're actually in Western Bali at the moment, and we're on the hunt for king cobras, as you know, but we got to call up for a spitting cobra and we're going to go see if we can rescue it. Should be pretty cool. All the way out here in this little rice paddy. Oh yeah. So we've actually got a spitting cobra stuck in this net right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it out of here, bag it, and release it in a place where it won't come in contact with humans and won't get stuck in this net, because eventually, if no one found it here, this cobra would have died. So his head's trapped that way at the moment, which is why I'm not worried about him spitting the venom at me, because not only did I shave this morning, but if it gets in my eyes, you can go blind from the venom of this cobra. But yeah. There we go. Being very careful of the snake. Just a hand shot now. Yeah. So he's got the head. Last thread. Okay. Oh. And there we go. And that right there is the spitting cobra, which we're gonna bag at the moment, release, and what an introduction into the trip here over here in Bali. Spitting cobra, seeing it up close. Is this a pretty good size one? Yeah. Pretty good size, yeah. All right, let's bag him up and release him. Perfect. Okay. Casualty. Okay. What happened? It's on my leg. Yeah? So right now, we're walking with the locals through the proper Bali jungle looking for more snakes. We just found that spitting cobra first up in the morning, but we're on the hunt for the king now. It's pretty amazing coming to different land like this and looking for snakes that I've never even found before. Totally different to Australia where I'm comfortable, and hopefully we can find some cool animals. So we drove about 2 hours. We pulled up at a rice paddy, walked all the way through it. It's really wet, it's been raining, which is perfect for these snakes. They live out here, they build their nests out here. They're the only snake in the world to actually build a nest. So that's what we're looking for. Walking through all this area, trying to find ourselves a wild king. It's been a pretty hectic start to the trip, but I wouldn't have it any other way, mate. Perfect adventure to end the year on. So we're just going to a place now to release this spitting cobra that we caught before, that we rescued from that net. It'll no doubt come in contact with someone again in its lifetime, but it's best to move it as far away as possible. We're also going to release a big reticulated python that actually ate a chicken in the village. So we've got it in the bag as well, that we're gonna get that one back out into the wild. And just in here is that big reticulated python, the longest snake in the world. It'll be interesting to see how big this one is. Now he looks a lot bigger than he is at first. That's because he's got a chicken in him. Here we go. Now you can see, as he's trying to have a go at me right now, that massive chicken that he's got in his stomach. But all he wants to do is get away. We're gonna let him do that. How cool is that, the reticulated python? So we're just releasing the spitting cobra at the moment. So we're chucking these glasses on because they can spit venom. Yeah, right here for now. All right, and there we go. That is the spitting cobra. So cool to see them in the jungle out here in Indonesia. And not the species that we're looking for, we're looking for the king. But to find this guy that we actually got to rescue has been such a cool experience. Just being very careful, because you definitely wouldn't want to get whacked or even spat on by this species in a place like this. So I'm trying not to open my mouth too much, because these guys can spit their venom and propel it towards you, and it gets into cuts, it gets into your eyes. And it's not a venom that you want in your system, that's for sure.
They got king!
They got king cobra.
What do we do?
All right, we let this one go. That's all we do. King cobra! Just as we were playing with that spitting cobra, we've found a king. Oh, are you kidding me? So this right here,
Watch your hands still.
is the animal that we came here to find. The king cobra. The largest venomous snake in the world, and such an impressive animal, such an intelligent animal as well. And to get one under these circumstances, just handling a spitting cobra 30 seconds ago, and now I've got a king in my hand. I did not expect that. This fully takes me back 7 years ago when we were working with Bali Reptile Rescue last time, catching these big king cobras. And what they have is they have a neurotoxic venom which attacks the nervous system. They're not a snake that you want to get bitten by. Hollow tooth fangs, which basically inject like a hypodermic needle a venom into you that you do not want in your system. The big king cobras have enough venom to kill elephants, so I'm no match for this guy right here. But to find a king cobra out in the wild of Indonesia, to have this experience holding it right now, they're a powerful snake, and I'm not just saying that. You can feel their energy when you're dealing with a big snake like this. And it's crazy to think that this is considered a small snake. Over in Australia, this is a good sized snake, but these king cobras get well up over 5 meters long. It'd be crazy to see one in the wild that big, and to know that they're crawling around, probably even bigger than that, out here is absolutely wild. So you can see what he's doing now. is he's getting himself up into that infamous cobra hood. They'll actually flatten out their neck, stretch out the ribs in their neck, stand up to make themselves look bigger to predators, and it is very intimidating. When you've got a cobra standing up, almost 5 feet tall, looking at you in the eyes, it's a pretty impressive thing. It's a pretty crazy thing to see. And I think we're gonna be dealing with a bit bigger cobras on this trip as well. First couple hours, we've got a spitting cobra, we've got a king, and yeah, I'm just so stoked with that. Yeah, it's crazy to have a big king in my hand right now.
Mbak, ada hau kecil. It's warm.
He's got some drip.
Worms? Yeah. Oh, warm. You see?
Oh, worms in his mouth.
Wow.
He's got a little drip here.
Yeah. And oh, the poison.
Venom.
Venom.
Yeah. Venom.
Worm in the mouth.
So we're just releasing King Cobra that we relocated earlier today from someone's property. So here we go. You can see his head. There we go.
Nè, có nhà láng tiếng Á nào. Ấy nến tiếng Á.
So that
Yeah.
snake track. Do you think from Cobra?
No, no. Cobras.
Coral snake.
Yeah, Cobras snake.
Oh, that.
So what we found down right here is in the same family as the Boiga irregularis back in Australia. These guys are also called Boiga. They have a mild venom similar to the brown tree snakes. He's looking at me in the face at the moment. If I was to get bitten, I'd be fine. Maybe a bit of swelling around the bite site, but it's so cool to find these different snakes over here in Indonesia. So I'm guessing, like the brown tree snakes, this would be a rear-fanged species. So what they'll do to catch their prey is they'll actually grab a frog or a little bird or something, and they'll have to chew the venom in. That animal will eventually die and then they'll swallow it. It's getting into the later hours of the day at the moment. Soon we're going to be going out at night and looking for more snakes, hopefully getting a couple vipers, vine snakes. This guy was just tucked up just under this tree right here. We would have walked past so many snakes already. There's been a couple that we've missed, so it's cool to finally get one and another species to add to the list over here in Bali. We're just going to release this beautiful Boiga at the moment. Such a cool little experience. We're gonna go looking for more snakes. All right, mate. See you later. What is it?
Okay, aduh, lepas.
You got one.
View.
So what we got down here that the boys just caught in the tree is a little rat snake, a non-venomous species of snake out here. This is what I love. When a snake starts getting used to you, calms right down, and you can have an experience like this with it. They're a diurnal species of snake, not nocturnal like the ones that we're going to be finding tonight, those vipers and everything, but such a beautiful snake. She's calmed right down to the point where I can just free handle her like this. But yeah, how amazing is that? We're going to let her be. And you watch how quickly she disappears off into the bush. Gone. What this is right here is a baby king cobra. absolutely beautiful and so different to the ones that we were finding today. That big one that we found around 2 meters long, still not a big snake, but it's crazy to think that this little guy one day might be able to grow to 5 meters long. But yeah, it's been a pretty magical day so far, finding so many cool species and a baby king cobra to end off the day. Absolutely awesome. In a couple hours time, we're gonna head out into the creek systems looking for snakes after dark. Hopefully we'll be able to get some venomous species. But yeah, it's just so crazy to me coming over to a different country and having these experiences. You saw in last week's video, we were over on Komodo Island. Bali is a place very close to my heart. I'm definitely gonna be coming back here next year, doing some more filming. But mate, look at what we're doing right now. Bunch of little king cobras crawling over me. All right, I'll see you all after dark. So what we're doing right now is we're just walking through this jungle at the moment and we're looking for highly venomous snakes. So cool coming out onto this land after dark to try and find these venomous species. There's vipers, vine snakes, slug snakes, bronzebacks, so many different species we can find here after dark. So we're just gonna walk around and see if you can find any. And if you ever do come to Bali, check out the Bali Reptile Rescue, because you can do exactly this and everything you've seen in this video, and they're a great bunch of people. This is the perfect way to end the year. And yeah, so blessed that I'm able to come onto this land and find these animals. Oh yeah, viper. So, just down in front of us here, we've got a white-lipped pit viper. We're just gonna get him off this tree right here. There we go. And that right there is the white-lipped pit viper. Beautiful little snakes that have heat-sensing pits. That's how they get their name, pit viper. And you can see how hard they'd be to spot in terrain like this. Absolutely blend in perfectly with their surroundings. And another species that's out here that we're looking for tonight is known as the vine snake. And they're almost the exact same color. Very awesome species that hopefully we'll be able to find later on. Kind of running out of hook for me to move my hand down, buddy. And you can see why there's so many snake bites that are recorded over here in Indonesia. So many camouflage snakes living right near people. We've walked out of the place that we're staying. Within the first 5 minutes we've found this guy, and there's probably been 50 more pit vipers that we haven't seen. We're just going for a night walk right now, and we've spotted a blue viper up in the trees, and I'm pretty sure they're not even meant to live in this area. It's just sitting up in the tree right up there, but this is crazy right now.
It's huge, no?
It's big, yeah. Big blue viper.
Okay.
So is there not normally...
No, it's not. We don't have nothing like...
No blue vipers
here
in Bali?
In Bali.
Really?
In Bali,
Yeah.
green viper in Bali.
Only green viper.
Like they have 12
crazy.
years, they don't see nothing.
Yeah.
They don't see
Nene,
in 12
Nene,
years.
main dulu Nene.
Oh, slug snake. Awesome. Pick him up? Oh, boyga. Here. Slug snake. Oh yeah? Alright.
Okay, good snack for you tonight.
Yeah. Welcome. In my left hand over here, we've got a little boiga, the same as we caught earlier today. And then over here is a new species, the slug snake. Today was probably one of the best days I've ever had this year, going out and finding snakes. That spitting cobra, king cobra, and another one of these guys earlier. And then tonight's just topped it all off. So many different species of snakes. So cool, we're gonna get him back out in the bush. I actually love these boigas.
Oh,
yeah, so cool.
Beautiful and very gentle.
Yeah. All right, mate. See you later. Goodbye, Mr. Boiga. Goodbye, Mr. Slug. See you.
Got it.
So you can see this big fella that we just got on the night walk right here is called a tokay gecko. They actually have a really powerful bite on them as well. We're gonna try to get a bit of a bigger one later on and actually test that theory out. But how cool are they? Look at the patterns on their body. What he's doing is he's probably just down on this tree right here, trying to catch some bugs for the night, get his dinner. But yeah, we're gonna let him go. Just another species that we found out here in Bali. As we're walking around, it's a pretty crazy feeling. Final adventure of the year. This video will be coming out around Christmas probably, so Merry Christmas. But yeah, this year's been pretty crazy for me, and the fact that I'm in the middle of Western Bali at the moment, out here at night looking for snakes, is pretty cool, and it's all thanks to you legends. So yeah, thank you so much for that. See if we can find anything else.
It's pregnant.
Yeah, you reckon pregnant? We just got this big pregnant white-lipped pit viper. It's an absolute monster out of that tree right there. We didn't know it was pregnant until we got it down, but you can see half of the snake is filled with eggs. So we're not gonna stress out this big girl too much. Gonna get her back up in that tree right there. But that is an absolute monster. They don't get too much bigger than this. It'll be interesting to see tomorrow morning if we can find any in the day. It's crazy. All right, get her back out there. There we go. There's a big one. There we go. So you just saw me catch him out of that tree right there. What this is it's another species to add to the list, the painted bronzeback. Non-venomous species, they kind of remind me of the common tree snakes that we have back in Australia. He was having a go at me when I first grabbed him, trying to bite me, but if I got bitten by this species, no fangs, no venom, you'd be totally okay. We're gonna get it back out there, up this tree. You watch how quick they shoot off. Ready? And very quick. Oh.
Kenyamak apa sih bani no? Maling lagunya kan. Pipa.
Dedication.
Dedication for the snake we have. No worries, yeah? No worries.
Don't worry, be happy.
Be happy.
So this is the snake that we were looking for all night, the vine snake, and we actually spotted one way up in the tree, way too high for any of our snake hooks to get. So we kind of made a little DIY stick, tied two big palms together, managed to get him down, and yeah, take a look at this, the mildly venomous vine snake. So yeah, it's super hot, which is why it's so active with these snakes tonight. And these snakes in particular have a mild venom. They're a rear fang snake, so if he was to bite me right now, what he'd have to do to actually envenomate me is chew that venom in. And you can see why they call him a vine snake. They look exactly like a vine, fit in perfectly with their habitat to stay camouflaged from their predators.
Thank you.
I think we're gonna call it a night after this vine snake right here, but we've got a really cool adventure planned for tomorrow. Hopefully find some more big king cobras before we leave. But yeah, we're gonna get this guy back up in the canopy.
Changing the thing this one.
punya mak ini sih kaci di tengah box tuh ada semua udah.
So, for anyone wondering, this is not a defanged snake. This is a wild king cobra with venom that you do not want to get tagged by. They've got big fangs at the front of their mouth and enough venom to kill an elephant. And just because we've got him on this little grass patch right now doesn't mean he's any less dangerous to one that we find fully out there in the wild. Crazy feeling touching the largest venomous snake in the world, and one that carries such an incredible presence with it on the back of the head like that. I remember last time I did this, I was actually 12 years old in the heart of Indonesia as well. So this is the only snake in the world that actually builds its own nest. And how they'll actually build these nests, because obviously they don't have any arms or anything to scratch up a bunch of leaves, is they'll use this massive tail that they've got down the back there. And the big females will get a bunch of leaves in its tail, scratch it up, wait for it to rain, and when it does rain, they'll compact all of that together, lay their eggs inside of it, and it'll work as a bit of a compost to keep those eggs warm enough until they're ready to hatch. And yeah, just spending time with such a magnificent creature, so special to me. This year's been a crazy one for me, finding so many different animals from all around the world. I think it's a good way to end it on this big king cobra right here.
Very close.
Even the noises.
Oh yeah, the nice very.
So this is the second king cobra that we've got. Bit smaller than the other one, but this one is so much more aggressive. This is the snake that I think I'm gonna try to kiss on the back of the head. Now these snakes are fully wild, they've got fangs, they've got venom. If you got bitten here in Bali, you would be in so much trouble. But I'm gonna give it a go, see what happens.
You think it's okay? Wait for Ray. Good one.
So although I am kissing this cobra and touching it on the back of the head, I do have professionals with me who are putting the snake into a trance-like state in front of me. They're waving something and that snake will focus on it. And that's the only reason we can do this with these king cobras. So you'll see documentaries and videos of snake charmers who actually defang and drug these snakes. This is a wild snake that was caught a week ago. Not defanged, not drugged or anything. That's gonna get eventually released back out into the wild. And if you did get bitten, you would be in serious trouble over here in Bali. But yeah, pretty amazing experience. What a way to end the year. So this is a little white-lipped pit viper that we rescued last night. So what we're doing now is just releasing it during the day. Take a look at him. Beautiful colors, different to the ones we were finding last night. We're just gonna put him over in the bush over here. Alright, and that is my final adventure of 2022. What a way to end this year. The past 12 months have been absolutely crazy for me, finding so many different animals, doing survival videos, fishing videos, traveling around Australia and the world, filming all these amazing animals. And I know I say it a lot, and I've said it a few times in this video, but it's all thanks to you legends. So thank you so much for the amazing year. You guys have made it so awesome. And I'm keen for next year. I'm so ready for it. I've got a lot more bucket list animals that I want to tick off next year. So if you want to come along for the adventure, like, subscribe, comment down below, and we'll be posting a lot more videos next year. So yeah, thank you so much for that, legends. I'll see you again next year in the next adventure.